Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Recoil TV, Spotify, Rumble, other platforms you can catch me on. Get over there and I'll be waiting for you patiently. Oh, man. You know what I'm going to say? What the women in my family would say. It is a shame. And I've documented this from 3+ years ago. I'm going to try to find that video and put it in the description box. I did a video when Dwayne Wade, allowed his wife to take his 11-year-old son to the Miami Pride Parade. That was about 3 years ago. And again, like I said in that video, if you're an adult, I give a damn what you do. I give a damn about you. If you're a fully functioning adult between the ages of 18 and dying, unless you have some mental or physical abilities, I have some sympathy for that. But if you are running on all cylinders mentally and physically and you're an adult, you get no sympathy from me. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do to your body or whatever. That's you. Handle it, as long as I don't have to pay for it. But kids, that's different. Kids need to be protected and watched out for. And sometimes it's their very own parents, their very own people that are trying to damage them. Just because you share blood with somebody doesn't mean they share your best interests. Okay? Family, those are just titles. People should honor them and they should live up to those titles, but they don't always do that. Case in point. So he allowed his wife to take his son to the Pride Parade at 11 years old. I give a damn if it's gay pride, straight pride. It's not a place for kids. We know what happens at Pride Parades. We've all seen it. Some foul shit going on. But those are grown-ups. They had a straight Pride Parade. Probably a lot of the same kind of shit would be going on. When you get a bunch of adults together who are attracted to each other, it's going to get X-rated in a hurry. That's fine. Those are grown-ups. But kids, they don't need to be around that shit. That's gross. That's disgusting. That's abuse. So you can start back then. They weren't calling him Zaya then. They were still calling him Zion. But then you have the People magazine photo shoot that they did, where he's up there with a little half shirt showing his stomach, nails done, a little girl outfit on. Gabrielle Union, his stepmom, was on some show where she had a bunch of alphabet soup group Ku Klux trans members on the show. So she had to virtue signal. She had to show them that, oh, I have a trans kid. Now, it's not her kid. She's probably still trying to get back at the baby's mama. Some kind of jealousy about that being his ex. So damn that kid. We see it in the animal kingdom. What happens if a lion shows up to mate with a lioness and she has some babies left over from the last male she was with? Those cubs are going to be dispatched because he wants his bloodline to reign supreme. So she don't care nothing about that boy. You can tell how she treats him, where she takes him, what she allows him to see, and how she allows him to be used. Then you got him hanging out with Magic Johnson's son. Magic Johnson's son is fucked up and he's weird. He shouldn't be around nobody's kids. But they're hanging out all hours of the night at some fashion event and taking pictures of Magic Johnson's son. What do you think he was doing and saying and possibly to that boy when he was around him alone? Because D. Wade and Gabrielle Union don't strike me as the type of parents to keep an eye on their kid when they got him out in town. And D. Wade got a male nanny. After he divorced that boy's mom, he got a male nanny to watch out for him because he was still in the NBA. Hey, we've all seen Mrs. Doubtfire. Love that movie. It's actually a great family movie. It's about a father doing whatever he can to be with his children. Great message. There might be some male nannies watching this right now, and I don't mean to offend you. You're probably really good at what you do. But you probably get a lot of no's because you're a man. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not hiring no male nanny to watch my kids. Sorry, that ain't happening. It's like taking a milk jug with the cap on it and trying to hold it underwater. It ain't going down. I'm hiring a woman because that just makes me feel more comfortable. Women are more nurturing and supportive. That's what I would want for my kids in this time, especially after his mother and I broke up. I ain't hiring no dude to watch my kids. Sorry. It ain't fucking happening. But there's videos and stuff on Twitter with him hanging out with his son and everything. He's probably 5 or 6 years old. Nah, I don't think so. And if you just got divorced, don't you think a man would hire a female nanny? Maybe even a little hottie. Why not? You're single. You're single and free. You've been re-released into the wild. Why not hire a cute nanny? Because you know what's probably going to happen. You start being with her in those moments, those intimate moments, intimate things are going to happen. That probably happened with the dude. And again, who knows what that boy heard and saw while he was with his dad and when the nanny was home. Whether male or female, your kids don't need to be hearing or seeing that kind of shit. They just got divorced. Give the kid a minute to readjust to life without his mama there all the time. Damn. Male nanny? I don't know. Something happened to that boy. Something happened. Now, then they got him making commercials for different products as Zaya. He's dressed like a girl. Oh, mom and dad, come on, throwing his purse on his arm. Let's get out of here, sillies. Huh? And at 11, 12 years old, they're children. Why would you expose him to that as a child? You can see the shit happening. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, yesterday my brother sent me a text and he just put one word, sick. Man, what is this? I click on it and open it. And don't worry, I'll put a link in the description box to it. You can go to my Instagram page also, at JG Talk, and see it. It's a collage of pictures from, I don't know, some kind of birthday party or something like that. And everybody's in everybody's in attendance. You got D-Wade, sorry, neutered, eunuch, Ken dog crotch, punk ass there with his wife / mom, Gabrielle Union, and you know she's holding firmly. She got a white knuckle grip on his testicles and won't let him go. D-Wade is a bitch. You have failed your children. You suck. You allowed this woman to come in here and destroy your son? So they're all there. But herein lies the problem. So, and here, how about this shit? Talk about going around the block to get across the street. So you got D-Wade's son, who's trying to be a girl, and he has a boyfriend. Wait a minute. He has a girlfriend who's trying to be a boy. So when you pressure wash this situation and get rid of all the gunk and the weird shit, you got a little boy dating a little girl. And they're just dressing as each other. They're a little Freaky Friday. Let's switch outfits. That's basically what they did. But there's pictures of them holding, 3 or 4 of the pictures of them holding each other, holding hands. And then there's a picture of them kissing each other. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just looking for my brakes so I can pump them. The fuck are you? What? 2 14-year-olds kissing. They took a picture. I don't know about you, but at that age, I wouldn't be caught dead kissing my girlfriend in front of my parents. Because guess what? You're not dating at 14. You could have some on-campus bullshit going on. But there will be no talk of a significant other in my house when you're 14 years old. My kids are lucky they have their mom. Because if it was just me, they would never date, especially my daughter. Now, these weirdos look at this boy as a girl. It's your daughter. This is how you're presenting him to the world. So that's your daughter? Let's just be as crazy and nutty and perverted as they are for a second. This is your daughter, and you're allowing her to kiss her boyfriend in front of you? Kiss? In my mind, you don't even have lips. You have a lipless face. Eyes, nose, this is all smooth. You ain't kissing nobody but me and your mom. Right here. That's it. It's only kissing you get at 14 years old in my house. Do you allow them to kiss each other? So if you're allowing them to kiss in front of you, what do you allow them to do when they're not around you? You probably let him close the door in his bedroom, don't you? Man, please. If somehow I was out of town or something and my wife like slipped and bumped her head, because I don't want to make it sound like it's just me. My wife wouldn't play that shit either. But let's just say I was on another continent and my wife slipped and bumped her head and told my daughter, yes, you can bring your boyfriend here. And you go in your room and close the door. Now that door belongs to me. Now that door is going to be leaning up against the wall in my bedroom because I'm taking it. You don't have a door anymore. You don't have privacy here. I'm not in the business of privacy. I'm in the business of parenting. And there's no way on this planet, maybe that shit happens on other planets. Is Pluto still a planet? I don't even know. Mars? Isn't Elon Musk trying to get us to Mars? Maybe they go for that shit on Mars. Here, it ain't fucking happening. You ain't gonna be holding your hands and kissing. He ain't even gonna be here. What are you talking about? That shit is sick and perverted. I remember this reminds me of one time my wife and I were going somewhere toward the Bay Area. And when you go through this town called Prunedale, when you're from where I used to live, you go to this town called Prunedale and there's a gas station right by the shopping center. That's kind of the last spot where people get gas before they head up to the Bay Area. Not like there are no gas stations along the way, but just when you're leaving that area, that's where you get gas. So we're sitting there getting gas, and this place has changed names 400 times over the years. We're getting gas. There's a car parked in front of us. It's a mom, and I can't tell which one of the kids is hers. But there's a girl and a boy, and they're about 15 years old. And they're sitting in the back seat together. Strike one. Strike one. Nope. One of you is sitting up here by me. What the? There's no way I'm driving Miss fucking Daisy up in the front seat and you're sitting in the back? No, hell no. One of you's riding shotgun. You better grab that map. Man, they're in the back seat. This lady gets out of the car to pump the gas. While she's leaning, you're going to get in a full tank. It's going to be a minute. So you're leaning up against the car like this. She's leaning up against the car. Behind her in the car, mere feet, she could have reached in there and grabbed one of them. They're behind her in the back seat before she turns around. Now, I may have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night. There's no fucking way you're sitting in the back seat with your little boyfriend and your girlfriend while I'm up front. Doop, 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 doop. Man, please. That ain't happening. Unless you live in D. Wade's house. Unless you live in a house with a man who has no sack. And his evil, wicked witch of a wife who could care less about your son's life and his well-being. What if this boy doesn't make it out of this alive? A few people were telling me there's a clip out there when he's a little kid saying that he likes girls. That's not something you shake. That's not something you wake up one morning and, no, I like boys now. Something has to happen to change that in you. And I've also said this before when regarding these idiots. What if that boy is only doing that? What if he's under such pressure to please his parents that he don't even believe in that shit, but he's going along with it because he doesn't want to disappoint his parents? Maybe he sees the unrealistic and undue stress that his father is under being married to this fucking ghoul. And he feels a pressure on himself to help his dad, to make it easier on him. And what if that isn't what he wants? What if when his dad was playing basketball and he left him with the male nanny, something happened to him? What if he doesn't make it out of this alive? You know what they would say? And I mean him doing something to himself. Because it's not too much of a stretch of the imagination to think that these people would nudge him into getting reassignment surgery. You know what the suicide rate is? After reassignment surgery, not before, after you've gotten what you think you wanted, 40%. And you know what they would say if he did harm himself? Of course they wouldn't say it's his fault. It's their fault. Of course, D. Wade wouldn't rip his scrotum from the clutches of Gabrielle Union, reattach it, and sit there and say, I did this to my son. Of course not. They're going to say it was you because you didn't accept him. Because you didn't accept him in a society. You're the reason he did that. That's another stupid ass thing. You mean to tell me these people's lives hinge on whether or not general society accepts them? Why do you care what general society thinks? That's the problem. They blame that shit on you. You're so insensitive. You don't care. It's just love. Why did you accept him? Why are you looking at me for acceptance? I don't know you. Don't look to me for shit. Here's my plate. It's full. Don't come to me with your bullshit. I don't have to accept you. I don't know you. What are you talking about? This poor kid, man. This poor kid. Just being shoved into all this. Who the hell is taking their 11-year-old to a pride parade? Who's letting their 12 or 13-year-old hang out with Magic Johnson's son? Have you seen him? They say don't judge a book by its cover. I don't know. You need to see some of the books I've seen. That fool ain't coming nowhere near my kid. We're hanging out late night at a fashion show in LA. Man, they don't give a damn about that boy. And D. Wade is worse. You brought your son into that. You know what that woman was about? She's disgusting. Man, and I'll be getting into this a little bit more, and I'll be taking questions and stuff during my my live stream this week, Fridays, 6:30. Man, just wait till you see the pictures. Allowing their 14-year-old to kiss their whatever that was, boyfriend, girl. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. And if that boy is so gay, why didn't he pick another boy? Because give a damn how you do all this, a little best at making that kid look like Ryan Gosling or some shit. I give a damn what this is out here. Underneath all that nonsense, underneath all that shit that your parents have done to you, all their virtue signaling, that's a little boy and a little girl. Around the block to get across the street. Man, I'm so glad I didn't do this story with a full stomach. Disgusting. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.